You know, the thing I love about being married is I don't have to use the word fiance anymore. You remember that word, buddy? Remember that? Like, I'm engaged. Are you engaged? We're engaged. Are you engaged, my fiance? We're engaged. I feel like those people who think they're allergic to gluten, but they're not allergic to gluten, but feel they have to tell everybody around them that they're allergic to gluten. And you're like, hi, I'm Cameron, and this is my fiance, Candace. I know, I'm excited too. We're so excited. It's in June, but we don't know what to do about the catering because we're both allergic to gluten. Oh my God. We almost die twice a week. We have to tell everybody. We have to meal prep. Do you guys meal prep? We meal prep. You meal prep? You meal prep? Oh my God, this is our dog, Mr. Corky. He's a Yorkie. Of course he's a rescue, and he's a gluten-free vegan, just like us, because we are responsible dog parents. Oh, yeah, that's how I feel a crowd out when I throw a small dog. That's how it is. Are you small dog people? Where are my small dog people? Like to make some noise, small dogs. Yeah. Where are my big dog people at? This country is so divided. Now my wife is a small dog person. She wants a small dog, and it kills me because every time she sees somebody walking by with a little piece of Shih Tzu, she wants a dog that'll curl up in her lap. I just want a dog that can bench press its own weight. That's all I want. Maybe keep an eye out at the ATM for us, not give up our PIN number at the first sign of a ski mask. That's the kind of dog that I want. She's gonna talk me into it too, man. She already talked me into adopting a Prius. Yeah, I think there's at least 3 comics in here who are driving Priuses pre-eye tonight. Dude, the Prius is the Pomeranian of the 405, and now I'm fucking driving one half the time. Look, I tie box, I snore, I work construction most of my life. I drive trucks. Like full-size American trucks. Thank you, buddy, thank you. And there's a difference between driving a truck and driving a Prius. And the day I got the car, I called a buddy of mine in Texas. I was like, dude, can you believe I bought a Prius? And he was just like, damn it, Peter, do you even feel safe driving a Prius? I was like, no, actually I don't. It feels like I'm driving a small tent on 2 Vespas. That's what it feels like. Sorry, officer, didn't know it could even go the speed limit. Slammed the door the day I got the car with the windows rolled down. Thought I totaled the whole freaking car. Yeah, it's like go to your medicine cabinet tonight, slam that thing. It's the same thing, a 1/4 inch of metal and glass held shut by a magnet. It's the same goddamn thing. I was driving up here on the 710, because that's one thing I love about living in Long Beach and working in Hollywood, because it's only a 4-hour drive from Long Beach. It's driving up here and I look out and there's the tire of an 18-wheeler going 60 miles an hour this far from my goddamn face. So I panicked and I honked the horn. Yeah, not a beefcake of a horn in a Prius, is it? I just looked over and I was like, excuse me. Not a lot of power in the Prius either, man. I'm used to cylinders and horsepower. Not the magic torque of an Energizer bunny just humping a leaf blower. It's not the same thing. Guys, 3 other people in the car, 4 pieces of luggage, incline on-ramp. I thought we were gonna die. So I stomped on the gas, which is kind of an oxymoron in a Prius, right? So I depressed the motivation tab. Car didn't go any faster, just stared back at me and made a noise. It was like, like, unzip the door, kick it like a skateboard, we're gonna die! Nobody respects a Prius on the freeway, do they? It's just a world of difference. I gotta drive that Pomeranian like a Chihuahua when I want to change lanes, man. I gotta go. Totally different world in the truck. I just cruise in and out of lanes. It's totally fine. And then if a Prius does want to get in front of me, fuck them. I'm not letting them in. Don't tell anybody this, but I love that car. Oh my God, I love that thing, man. It gets 48 miles to the gallon. My truck gets 16 tops. And you'd be surprised how much you can stuff into a Prius, people. You fold those back seats down, it's like a giant diaper. It'll sag in the back, but it holds a lot of crap, I'm telling you. Where are my parents at? Put your hands together, parents. It's up and down. Well, yeah, all right, there it is. My wife's talking about having kids, and I'm cool with it, man. We pulled the goalie. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it works. And I never really hung out with kids. She tested my fatherhoodness last summer when her cousin showed up with her 2 kids. And I have to admit, her 2 kids are the cutest little terrorists I've ever met. A little 4-year-old and a little 2-year-old. And I didn't know that hanging out with 4-year-olds and 2-year-olds is like hanging out with little stoners and tiny mental patients. I have no idea. 4-year-old's awesome. And she's like a little high person all the time, man. She loves cartoons, funny voices, colored pencils. We hung out all day. It was great. And she couldn't go 5 minutes without asking something ridiculous. At one point, she asked me, she's like,
Peter, would you rather be a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a monkey?
it's like, oh, if I were as high as you appear to be right now, this would be the most intense conversation of your life, man. Tyrannosaurus Rex, are you kidding me? Living at the top of the food chain at the end of the late Cretaceous, acting on every whim and impulse because my little bird brain hasn't thought of remorse yet? Oh my God, that's a vacation, kid. Or would I want to be a monkey, the 3rd most intelligent mammal on the planet with full dexterity that doesn't have to worry about rent, future college tuition, or Instagram followers? And I get to take over the planet when mankind destroys itself, probably in your lifetime. Let's take the afternoon. We'll watch Planet of the Apes and Jurassic Park, and you tell me what you think. Hey, do you watch Rick and Morty? This is gonna be awesome. Mom heard that, no more questions. That was it. You know, I used to think it was odd to see a 2-year-old on a leash until I hung out with one. Now it totally makes sense. Such freaking animals, man. Dude, we were in the living room and the kids were fine. I was like, cool, I can escape for 10 seconds to get a glass of water. I come back out, the living room was destroyed. 2-year-old lost her mind. Everything that was on the coffee table was now staining the walls. She'd taken a highlighter and made some crappy-ass cave drawing on the TV screen. She was naked for some reason. I don't know. And I come back out, she had her hand in the fishbowl, and I was like, hey, get your hand out of there. And then she yells at me. Some made-up language. I don't know what she said. I don't think she knows what she said, but her intention was definitely go fuck yourself. Then she ran into the bedroom, apparently to tell the rest of the tribe King Kong was back. My wife looks out, she's like, aw. And I was like, really? Really? How about we get a Shih Tzu? What do you say, huh? Is that okay? I'm cool with it, man. I realize I'm gonna be that old dad, because I'm technically old enough to be a grandparent in Arkansas. But I'm not old enough to carry pocket change in a hanky. You know what I'm saying? And I think the one thing I'm gonna love is telling my kids how easy they have it compared to how rough I had it growing up. Do we have any other 80s kids in the room tonight? Put your hands together. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna tell them tales of mullets and how you had to buy 9 crappy songs just to get Eye of the Tiger to play on your Walkman with no reverse, you know what I mean? And then I'll just be like, when I was your age, we didn't have the internet. We had to get on a bike and go to the library, because like ancient Rome, that's where all the information was. Yeah. And we didn't have Google. We had a wall of tiny drawers and note cards that would send you to a shelf where there was a book, but once you got to that, you realized that the book you needed was already checked out. So, we go back to Google, open any drawer you felt like, put the card in, and say, looks like Paul Revere was just a Beastie Boys song after all. Nebraska public schools, kids. That's what that is. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in my 40s now, and I'm realizing that my brain is at that age where it's kind of like an iPhone 6 with only about 4 gigs of memory in it. Almost worthless. Almost worthless. Locks up on me all the time. I'm like, ugh. If I learn something new, I have to forget something I already learned. That's the way it is. Last week I had to memorize the combination to a padlock. That day I forgot every password I've ever known. I learned how to snowboard this year. Forgot how to fall like a man. It's like, I have a feeling that's why old people have to wear Depends. They have so much in their brain, they just forget once in a while. Just like, At least that's the excuse I use. That's how it is. I don't know if you guys are picking up on this, but my wife is the logical one in the relationship. Anybody else in this kind of relationship where one person likes to keep a calendar, remember anniversaries, and the other one is a guy? Anybody else in this? Yeah, non-married guy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Now, my wife likes to take things I say, sprinkle logic on it, and make me feel like a moron. Like I found this saw the other day. It was this awesome 24-volt circ saw, an 18-volt adapter, uses my old batteries, it's more torque, stronger fence, faster brake. And I'm like, babe, I have got to get this saw. And she says, what are you doing? Why would you spend money on something you don't need that you already have? Wait for one of your others to burn out, and then buy it. And I'm like, that is logical, hon. That's fucking bullshit, but that is logical. And it works both ways. She came home on Tuesday night, 2 brand new pairs of shoes, showing them off in the living room. She's like, do you like my new shoes? I got them on sale. And then she puts them into the closet next to 2 identical pairs of shoes. So I walked up and was like, hey babe, what are you doing? You are killing it with these sales. That's what you're doing. High five. My shopping hero. How do you do it? I don't get it. Yeah, born on April Fool's Day, but not stupid. All right? Non-married guy. You want to know why I didn't say anything? I already bought that saw. I went the day after. She's like, "What would you buy?" I'm like, "Ooh, that's the reason now, honey." We text a lot back and forth. My wife is a nurse. Do we have any nurses in here? Put your hands together. Oh.
Just one.
Oh. That's right, sure. Where are you? You?
Back here.
Back here? There's nurses everywhere, guys. Round of applause for the nurses in this room. The amount of crap you guys deal with, figuratively and literally, is amazing. I have to say, that's... No, she works 12-hour shifts. When I'm not doing this, I'm either remodeling houses or I'm behind the camera. Shoot a lot of photos, shoot a lot of video. 2 years ago, I had the chance to go to Alaska and work on the deadliest catch. And I was stoked, because it's Alaska. I was gonna go do some man stuff, right? I was gonna wake up in the morning, punch a grizzly, train a bald eagle named Sam to go catch dinner for me every night, wear 2 flannels at a time. It was gonna be awesome. But at the last minute, they called me off that, and they're like, you're not going to Alaska, you gotta go to Albuquerque to shoot the hot air balloon fiesta. I was pissed, because instead of doing something awesome, I had to go do something a 6-year-old would enjoy. So I text my fiance at the time. I'm like, hey, not going to Alaska, gotta go to the desert, shoot hot air balloons. She replies, OMG, sounds awesome. I want to ride in one with you, it would be so romantic. To which I reply, no it wouldn't. You know I'm afraid of heights. Floating 5,000 feet up in a hamper without a steering wheel sounds like a stupid idea. So I deleted all that and wrote, hell yeah, babe, can't wait, love you, XOXO. So, flying to Albuquerque, it's 10 o'clock at night, gotta be there at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm hating it. It's freezing, doing something I don't want to do. But if you've never been, before the sun comes up, they send a few balloons up into the air to test the air current. It's kind of cool. They glow amber against a midnight blue backdrop and pulling some shots. I'm like, this is all right. But then when the sun comes up, hundreds of hot air balloons, literally 500 hot air balloons just start rising up, and they start taking off like 10, 20, 30 at a time. And I didn't know this, but apparently I'm a 6-year-old boy, and I love hot air balloons. Holy monkey farts. I'm just like, oh, that one's Darth Vader, that one's Yoda. Having the time of my life, man. I got a time-lapse rolling, shooting photos, and then my boss for the day taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, Peter, do you want to ride in a hot air balloon? And I lost it like a 12-year-old at a Justin Bieber concert. I was just like, so I'm loving this. I'm walking over to the balloon, and I get a text from my future bride that says, hey, don't ride in a hot air balloon without me. I want our first time to be together. Married guys, what would you do, man? Would you go?
Getting on the balloon, man.
No, I'm looking at the guy behind you. Would you not? Would you tell him? Yeah. Yep. Dude, all that was going through my head is I took my phone, shut it off, and I was like, what text? I don't know what that is. Take off into a hot air balloon. And if you've never done it, do it. Do it, do it. It's awesome, unless you crash. Trust me, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna take my wife one day. It's gonna be so fun. However, do not take a photo of yourself out of sheer excitement and want to share it with a person as a reply to a text specifically asking you not to ride in a hot air balloon. The irony isn't funny to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Peter Marr. Thank you guys so much for coming out today.
Peter Marr!
Come on back
Thank you once again for coming out on a Sunday. You were amazing. Thank you. Let's hear it for all the comments you saw tonight. If you were to feel like, I'd like to do this someday, we're starting another class up on the 19th of March. You could be up here on May 5th. That could be you on stage. Should you get the cojones to do so? Anyway, thank you for coming here. Have a wonderful day. Rest of your weekend. Be well. Drive safe. Stay warm. Get out of here.